Yo, what is up, you guys? Thanks for joining in to another Cup of Joe with Jag. My name is Jag. I got my cup of Joe somewhere down on the side over here. He had his cup of Joe. He already drank his coffee. This man came prepared. He was already done. Please welcome to the show this amazing artist, amazing rapper, ScottyRedeemed.
Hey y'all, man, I'm so happy to be here. Very happy to be here. Yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Great coffee. Anyone else ever, decides to hop on a show? Great coffee here for sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I gave this man about 3 different options of coffee, man. So it was great to get some caffeine. We need that caffeine in the bloodstream. Yeah. Sheldon and Spencer would probably agree with us on that one. But yeah, man, just wanted to get on here and talk about, where you came from, what your past was, dude, and how much you've overcome, man, how you got to be a rapper, and what really got you, motivated, got you into it, man, what kind of fun stuff you've been doing along the way. I know you've got a beautiful family with you, bro, and your friends got some beautiful families, some awesome kids, man, and you've just been... if you don't know, this guy has been rapping about the Lord for quite a while. Love his music.
Man, all glory to God.
All glory to God. And at the end of the video, I'll actually throw up on the side a banner, a link to your your music and everything like that, so people can find you on Spotify and go check him out and go listen to his music. Guy's incredible. But yeah, just go ahead and let us know where you grew up from, just your childhood.
Yeah, man. So I was born in Wisconsin, and whenever I was about a year old, we moved to Tennessee. I guess my parents, they didn't really like the cold. It's really cold up there, and I was always a really, really hyper child, man. I was certainly a one of a kind. I was always you couldn't hold me still, man, and man, I was usually always happy, and I was a mama's boy, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. My mom, man, I'd be lost without her, man. She's helped me out so much. But man, middle school and stuff, man, look, I'm not gonna hop on here and lie. I broke the rules, man. I wasn't a really good kid. I was a good, kind-hearted kid. I was just a little wild, man, and as a teen, I got hooked on some pills, man, and dude, I was doing that for a long, long time. That and smoking weed, and just hanging out, man, and first time I went in jail, wasn't bad. I've been to jail, man. Believe it or not, how about over 30 times, and it's pills, man, after a while, it led to heroin, man, and the heroin just destroyed my life, man. It really brought me to a point to where, dude, I either find God now or I might not be alive tomorrow, man. I was shooting up every day. For those that don't know, for those that know me, they know this. I don't tell many people this, but I am diagnosed with autism.
What?
Yeah, man, I'm diagnosed. It's high functioning autism, man. So that's why if you see me stuttering, and man, that's just me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. So at that time, yeah, dude, I was at my lowest, man, and I was probably 18 at the time. You'd think that going to jail, would straighten a person up, man. But at the time, man, I got out. Went right back to doing the same dumb stuff, hanging out with the same people. Eventually got to doing the same thing, man, and I don't even know how many times. It's so sad, and the reason I keep pausing because it's hard for me to talk about my past, because I don't even know how many times I've overdosed, but I came back, or someone hit me with Narcan and I came back. But heroin, man, it truly destroyed my life, and I needed God, and I prayed to God. But I'll tell you this story here, man. I was working for furniture innovation. I was asking God, if you're real, show me a sign, show me something that you're here with me. Mm-hmm. Dude, what happened never happens at work. It don't happen at these random people. I saw these random people. They got in a circle. It was probably about 8 people, and they started praying. And they asked me if I wanted to join their circle. Dude,
Really?
And that was right after I had asked God to show me a sign.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, without a shadow of a doubt, that was God, man, and that opened my eyes a lot. There's so much to talk about if I talk about my past, but man, finding the power of Jesus and the high of Jesus in my life felt so much better than any drug could ever possibly feel, man. And knowing that God is real, and knowing that if you believe in Him, and when you die, bro, you're all right, man. You're going to heaven. I mean, but you have to build a relationship with God.
Yeah.
If you want Him to answer, or if you want Him in your life, you can't just holler at Him, when things go wrong or if something goes bad. We need Jesus every single day. I know I definitely do. I still struggle, with I vape, it's a nicotine vape. I'm eventually going to put it down, for sure.
This,
oh,
bro.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
man.
no big.
For sure.
I've seen, dude, I have. Ooh. Oh. Dude, I feel that. Wow. I've seen, people take, their vapes and just throw them away.
I know, I have too, man.
Straight up cold turkey, just throw it out, and whether they went back to it for a little while or whether they cold turkeyed it, didn't matter. The fact was that they made that proclamation of like, hey, I am on the road of quitting this stuff.
Yeah.
And whether it doesn't matter if like you say like, hey, I'm gonna quit it, and you may slip back to it or something like that, but you still make the drive to want to quit it and stuff. And that is the.
You want to hear something amazing? This is right at the time I was talking God, and after that happened, I'm gonna try not to break down saying this. I had prayed to God, please help me get past this, and because the withdrawals are so bad, so bad. He took away every withdrawal. I didn't even suffer a single withdrawal.
Are you serious? Let's freaking go, dude.
That's not even possible.
That's
it's possible.
Incredible. No kidding, dude.
No one would look, man. It happened, and it was 100% God,
bro,
without a doubt.
That's amazing.
And then from there, man, my mom. You see, I haven't always been a Christian artist, but as soon as I found my direction and found out where I'm supposed to go, the route that I should be taking, dude, life started getting a lot better, man. Now I found out who I am as a person. I know where I'm going if I die, and I know if I only continue, it can only get better. We're all gonna have ups and downs, and we're all gonna fail at times. But man, with Christ, you can overcome any circumstance, anything that's in front of you, without a doubt.
And it's so cool though, because like you're not alone in that either too. Because like as you've seen, we have shout out to the 8 Oaks guys out there.
Yeah, dude.
who go to our church.
Very,
man.
very proud of them, man.
They are absolutely kicking tail right now, just like you kick tail. They're kicking tail. And the cool thing is, dude, like, it's like with, Brandon Keaton, who, it's like, Brandon Keaton, who goes to, church with us too, know, what he's been through, what he overcame, and his family and everything like that. The people in 8 Oaks are looking at that and looking at you going, man, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
There is something. I'm not in a position where I'm just shooting up, going, probably shouldn't do that. and still be surrounded by that stuff and never getting over it, but rather being in a good position, maybe still, going back, but going, man, now I have a goal. Now I'm seeing people who are overcoming this stuff. I'm hearing stories about people overcoming this stuff. There's got to be something more out there. There's got to be something more. And that drive and that power that you want behind it is what's going to keep you going, And
absolutely.
And then that is incredidible. Well, dude, what about this rap music that you're doing, man? This is amazing. And I know a lot of people, like a lot of people in my group are probably not like rap, like artists, like fans and stuff like that. But that's okay, because I've heard some rap artists that are incredible, and I thought about you, and I'm like, dude, he would be awesome if him and this person like did like a duo or something like that, or like you and KB did like a track, or
dude, that'd be cool.
There's one guy who I listen to. His name is Schema Boy, and his one of his biggest songs that I used to love is Wristwatch and Blimp, and those two songs are freaking killer. Love those two songs.
What's his name?
His Schema Boy.
Schema Boy.
Yeah. And you and him, I was listening to you, and I was listening to him. I was like, man, y'all would like go hand in hand. You know what I mean? But yeah, just going into your rap music, like, what was your drive? Like, what got you into rap music?
So whenever I was 14, I might have been 13 years old. Well, what got me? Look, man. So let's rewind it back whenever I was around about 10. I even knew Earl. No. I was about 11, 12. But I saw Earl. He was right. That's my buddy. If those that don't know, that's me and him make music together, and great guy,
Earl,
man. Shout out to
we
Earl.
We love you, dude. Freaking love you.
Absolutely, man. So I saw him writing, and I was like, man, that looks cool, man. I want to try that. So I got, I got me a pen and pad, and me and him, we hung out that entire night, man, just writing raps. And about a week later, man, I called several places. I was trying to find a place to record it at, because, I was only 12, or 12, 13. I didn't know at all where to record a song at. So I'm calling around, man. Finally, dude, I found this studio, Arctic Sound Studios. John Bash, shout out to him too. Thank you.
Bash.
He recorded my first song, and dude, man, I heard it on the radio, especially jamming, with my mom. My mom even went with me. She went with me, man, a few times.
Yeah.
And dude, I just kept on, man, and on, and at the time, I thought I was so good. Like, I don't show anybody my music from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's just
we may have to bring out the scrapbook. I'm just saying, man. Like,
there's like 100 of them, man. Yeah, man. I just kept on, I kept on writing, and a lot of times whenever I was depressed, man, music got me through, man. I put my feelings into a pad and just try to let go, man. And that's really what kept me going. A lot of times it might have been, I was going through bad things, and the songs might not have always been good. And this was for years, finally, about 13 years later, after, doing just regular music, not Christian music, when I found God and stuff, and found out my purpose and the route I should go, that's when it's hard, man. It's hard to explain, but when you just know something, you just know that, man, I'm at where I'm supposed to be at.
Yeah,
this is exactly where I need to be, and all glory to God, man, for just everything that He's done for me. Because I'm incredibly thankful, and I would not be here, man, if it wasn't for Him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And God gave me music, man, to get me through.
And music is powerful, dude.
So powerful, man.
So powerful. Considering the fact that, Lucifer, he was the angel of music. Like, that's what he was created with musical instruments in him. Like, that was his thing. And when he got cast out, his biggest weapon is music. Music is his biggest weapon. And if we create music like you're creating, where we combat that and we say, no, music, God created you with that musical talent, so that's God's. And when you make that music for God, all the music that's like dirty or bad or just sending the wrong kind of message kind of gets drowned out.
Yeah.
And his plan to turn people's hearts and minds and stuff just gets completely just abolished, through the good music that we create when we're using the music for his glory and everything like that. And that is the biggest way that we can really reach people through.
Like I was saying, a shout out to Way FM, man. Dude, I love that channel, man.
Yes.
That channel, man, it gets me through a lot sometimes, man. For sure, man. Like, there's power in music, especially when Jesus Christ is involved with it. There's, a lot of people, that's how they will worship, is through music. At least I know for me, man, especially like, dude, I do not want to miss Sunday service. Like, the music part, I enjoy this, the entire service, but the music, man, every morning it really gets me hyped up,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And for me, like, I used to be in worship music too. Used to be in worship team and everything like that. And
yeah, you said you used to drum.
Used to drum,
dude.
Yeah,
Man, I'd like to hear it, man. I ain't never heard it.
I used to be a metalhead back in the day when I was a kid. Yeah, I used to be. Mom and Dad can testify to this one. When my age from, I want to say it's about 13 to about 16 or so. If you can picture it, I don't know if you can picture it, but if you can picture it, picture a 16-year-old Jacob sitting on a corner with what are those high top shoes?
Yeah,
high top shoes, ripped skinny jeans, a V-neck, a necklace, rocker bracelet, Bieber hair to the max, purple towel thing hanging out his back pocket for whatever reason, and a chain hooked up to my wallet across the side. And when I used to listen to heavy metal music, I was like, man, I want my beat to go that fast. I want to be able to do that. Sounds like a freaking like machine gun. I'm like,
so who's your inspiration? Like who
for music and stuff? Mm-hmm. My brother was one of the biggest ones. My dad used to play drums in church as well, so that's what got me into drums. Was my dad. My mom, she's a singer, and so she sang as well, so that's what kind of got me into music. And then my brother did marching band for the longest time, and so then I watched Drumline with Nick Cannon.
Yeah, dude,
that really got me into it.
Hey, dude,
I don't know if you've seen that movie, but
yeah, man, I love it whenever they drum fast. At the end.
Yeah, the battle between the two snares. Yeah,
they killed it.
And so that's what got me into marching band.
Nick Cannon was actually doing that too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good drummer, huh?
He practiced for that
stuff.
He
had to.
Dog.
He killed it.
He did. Shout out to Nick. I ain't going that far. But yeah, so that's what got me into marching band and everything like that. And then, of course, my brother, he was kind of the inspiration to getting into like heavy metal music, and my dad kind of listened to some heavy metal music as well. And then I got into some Christian heavy metal music, and of course in high school I got into like My Chemical Romance and stuff like that, in which it's not terrible. Like, the music is great, the words probably not the best, but the music was what I was kind of interested into, but then I found some heavy metal bands. One was called Demon Hunter, and they were like a Christian heavy metal band, and they did one song called Life War by Demon Hunter. If you ever look up that song, that one was good. And then
You like Jesus Freaks?
Jesus Freaks. Oh yeah, the song by DC Talk.
Yeah.
You talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
like that one. So I had this like crave through high school, going through like heavy metal music and stuff like that. And then when I graduated, I kind of turned away from heavy metal music and got more into like rap music and stuff like that, and reggae. Reggae is like a big thing for me. If you ever look up Christafari, I love Christafari. My dad used to listen to Christafari, and he showed me that, and I was like, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
I've listened to one album from him, and one album along, I think it was called Gravity, I'm pretty sure, and it was like one of my favorite albums from Christafari was Gravity.
I'm gonna check them out.
It's great. It's great. So I went into that, and then I went into a little bit of rap music. But that's what really got me into drums was drumline. Brother going into drumline, my dad playing drums for the church, and then watching different artists or drummers.
You ought to
online.
get you a drum set.
I used to do, yeah. Back in the day, I used to have a drum set, and it had, it was, what was it? I think it was. I could see. It's like one of those things where you can see the words in your brain, but you can't make out the words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a nice red. It was a red drum set, and it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was like 8-piece drum set, and I had these like chrome silver cymbals, and I would go deaf playing music and stuff because I play like 1,000 Foot Crutch, and that was another rock band that I used to listen to was 1,000 Foot Crutch, and I would be playing "Set It Off" by 1,000 Foot Crutch on the drums and stuff.
I haven't heard him either.
Oh, dude, 1,000 Foot Crutch, oh, so
Good. I'm gonna check him out.
so good. And I'd be playing that, and I'd be downstairs, and it's got like a bad echo, man, like a huge echo, because it's like this empty room stuff, and I just and then I'd be walking out the room going,
Can't hear a thing.
I can't hear. You know what I mean? And it was like when I was in Cage, Sunday morning or Wednesday night, I'd be playing and I'd get into it, and I just
You ever run it for the service at church?
Do I know?
You ever run the drums for the service at church?
I did, yeah. Back in the day, I used to do Wednesday night service.
Really?
Yeah, and then I did Sunday morning service, and nerves kicked me out of Sunday morning because that was scary.
I really want to learn how to play the drums, man. And,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna, I definitely will.
It's definitely it's a good trait to have.
For sure.
For tempo wise and everything, it's boring for the first couple of months learning it. A lot of people, like if I were to ever teach drums, you would hate me for the first 2 months. Like you would hate me because all we would be doing is rudiments and tempo keeping.
Yeah.
And once, like for me as a drummer, if you can keep a tempo and you can keep on that tempo for a long period of time, that's great.
Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
So much better than being able to go.
'Cause it ain't easy to keep a perfect tempo the whole time, man.
Oh yeah. And my problem was whenever I was playing drums was when doing a roll, and doing a roll and just going back into the pocket.
Yeah.
Going back into the pocket on the one was a struggle. You try to cut time going on to the roll, come back into the pocket, and you'd be like off by 2 beats, and you're like, no, the whole band relies on me. Oh God, oh no, how do I do this? And then piano's looking at you going, and Pastor Chris is looking back and doing this number, and the bass is kind of looking at me going like this, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Just stop and then go. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like,
If someone would have told me three years ago that, bro, 3 years from now you'll be on the dream team of a church and be help and also help running the service, I'd have said, man, you're lying. No way.
Yeah.
But man, God, man, bro, it's really crazy what things can happen when a person really wants to change.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. And you've like I've said, like I was telling you in the kitchen earlier, like you've gone through and overcome a lot. And that's and that's my thing is that, like, yeah, we want to see where you came from, but we want to glorify what you've overcome.
And that's,
you know what I mean?
And the music, that's what it's all about, man. That's the reason why. The main reason with the music, man, is for Jesus, to get as many people to know Jesus. But a lot of my songs, if people check them out, you're probably gonna hear, some topics about addiction or stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, I believe, dude, the Christian rap industry is on the rise, man, and bro, it's gonna keep on rising up for sure.
The biggest thing I saw, dude, it's crazy. Get this. 2 people. Brandon Lake, and guess who the second one was? Jelly Roll. Doing Hard Fought Hallelujah, or
For real?
Heartfelt, is it? I don't want to get it wrong. Hard Fought Hallelujah, which is like, oh my gosh, this song, it is so good. Brandon Lake is an incredible artist himself. I want to meet the dude. He's freaking incredible. I love his music. I've gone to war with his songs before, and but the song, dude, Heartfelt Hallelujah, I don't know if they were like releasing something, but like Jelly Roll was doing one with him. I was like, let's freaking go. Oh my god. Like, that's so cool, because with Jelly Roll, he's in some of his shows and stuff, I remember one video, he brought out some guys from the prison, and
dude, I seen that. Yeah,
did you see that?
I did.
I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Getting them the chance to turn their lives around, to show them, hey, just like we were talking about, that light at the end of the tunnel, there it is.
Yep.
Here it is, guys, and bringing them out on the stage to be able to just sing out their emotions and sing out what they've been through and stuff like that, and give them that chance to get through what they're going through was so cool.
Man, I see a lot of people, I'm not going to say I see, but it seems like a lot of people are afraid to raise their hand, or they just feel some type of way if they raise their hand during a worship song. But man, I know for me, the first time I did, man, like, just not who cares, man? Like, dude, when I go to church, like, man, I'm there for Jesus, and yeah, man, I lift my hand up high. Yeah,
man. It's like Tim Hawkins, with
and I'm seeing change in these big artists too, man. Did you know that? What about Dax, man?
I'm not sure.
Dude, he's doing, man. Dude, I hope he keeps doing what he's doing. But yeah, man, he's making some Christian Bieber. He's merging it into Christian music now,
and like I was saying, there's a lot of people who go in and out, but like, dude, if you come back, that's the important part.
Yeah.
Man. And I've seen, with Justin, he comes to. He's been at, I think it was Transformation Church or some other church, I can't remember, that he performed, he does worship services at, and he got baptized, I think, in a pool, I'm pretty sure.
That's awesome.
And everything. And there are moments where, of course, Hollywood's going to try to tear that down and try to tear that away from him as much as possible. Sokka. but like him, he got head deep in Christ, and everything, and I don't know if he would slip into some other songs and stuff like that, and allegations with Diddy and everything like that going on with him in his mind, and how he was treated as a kid, and so his in and out has always been a thing, but watching him come back in has always been my focus. I'm like, dude, yes, okay, cool, you're in.
Now stay in.
Dude. Like
I know, man.
I promise you, it's a lot better.
Dude.
You just stay. It's a lot better. It's and it is a struggle at because I don't want to speak into his life or anything like that, because he is at a level of popularity that we won't understand.
I know.
You know, not yet.
I can't even imagine what it would even be. You know, dude, it'd be so much harder being in his position. Like,
yeah.
You got to stay humble, man.
Oh, dude, yeah. I watched a video of this. He was walking up to his home, and these girls were camping out in the front of his house, of all places, at the front of his house. And he was calm about it. He walked up. He said, "Hey guys, just want to let you know, this is my safe place. This is where I hang out. If you don't mind, please let me have my privacy. This is my house. Anywhere else, that'd be cool." And when we goes, "Oh, that's cool. Can we have a picture?" He's like, No, you can't. Like, leave, And having that many people follow you, having all of that attention all the time.
I know.
Paparazzi being on your tail. And so, for us, it's, I don't want to say easier, but like it's a little bit easier, staying focused.
Yeah.
But for him, he's got so many different things thrown, and not just him, but celebrities and artists. Every artist has some form of something being thrown at him all the time. Every single bit of the time. Man. Everything's being thrown at him. Everything's being twisted, pulled.
Dude, the devil is going to attack every single time that you try to push forward. But as long as you hold that faith, you're going to get through it, man.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to hang on. Like you said, stay in, man, and
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'll be definitely praying for Jelly Roll, man. Yeah, I hope the best for him, dude, because that dude's been through some stuff, but he's about to overcome some stuff.
It's incredible to see his how far he's came, man.
Oh gosh, yeah,
it's really incredible.
It is, and of course, Brandon Lake and his family and everything. Brandon Lake is incredible too. He's an amazing artist. So I know this is kind of like a bunny trail. The funniest video I saw was one of his performances. He was, I think it was his last song, going in the last of his night. Tour is about to end. Everything's coming down. We're good. Woo! Last song. All of a sudden they hit the last note and they go, building it back up. Yeah. And he's confused. He's like, What did I miss? Like, what song are we doing? What's going on here? He turns around and all of a sudden they go, and then all of a sudden they start playing Creed, "Take Me Higher" by Creed, and he lost his ever loving mind, and he was like, "Oh my god!" The whole crowd goes nuts. He starts singing with it. Band goes nuts, and I'm just like, "That's incredible."
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It just. Oh man,
dude, man! I've been to some. Have you ever been to a Toby Mac concert?
I have.
He gets down too, man.
I've met him before.
Have
actually,
you?
I've hugged him before. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he is.
He's an incredible dude. Yeah, I went to Winter Jam. Have you been to Winter Jam before?
That might have been in that Nashville.
Yeah, it's like more in like December, like November, December time.
No, man. This was years back. Yeah,
years back, or not in this November, December, but like normally in the month of November, December.
It might have been it.
Yeah, and it's like a whole bunch of bands that play.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
and then he's like one of the last bands to play before that ends.
Yeah, that's when. Yeah,
yeah, and but yeah, no, some of the Toby Mac concerts are really good.
Earl, man, he's been to an NF, man. You like NF?
I'm not really too fond of that one. Not to throw shade.
I haven't heard
he's an incredible artist.
New stuff. Oh yeah. He is. A lot of his music, man. Seems that that he's struggled with a lot of pain. You know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
For sure, man.
And I think a lot of it was.
I hope he's doing well.
Yeah. No, I've definitely praying. I think for me, a lot of it is the glorification. Where's the glorification going towards? And it's like he talks about the struggles and stuff, and
I like the song "These Hands Are Tired."
Yeah, and it's good that like he's singing about that, and that's good. But I would like to know, where is the overcoming part? Where was the breakthrough? Like you kind of like in a lot of your songs and stuff, like you touch on, talk about popping pills and smoking and stuff like that, but you're like, but God came through and saved me from that. And with NF, it just feels like,
what's crazy is he came through and he saved me multiple times, and every time he still gave me another try.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what's amazing.
Yeah, and that's what the part that I like. I like the knowing or hearing about the overcoming parts. If you talk about your struggles all the time, but there's no overcoming, there's something wrong. There's like, okay, well, maybe we need to, really attend to that more, or maybe attend to something different, because we're talking about it, but like, where's the breakthrough? Where's the I was. There was this one video I watched, and it was talking about drug addicts and everything, and I can't remember who it was, but it said, it may have been Jelly, I'm not too sure. I may have caught it from him, but it said, from going from the word being in a spot of being in the classes and stuff, and overcoming and getting out of those classes. So you never want to go into those classes and just stay there. Yeah. And say, I'm just getting there. I'm just getting there. I'm just getting there. But we one day want to be able to say, I was there. Yeah. But I'm not anymore. Yeah. I was addicted, but I'm not anymore. Yeah. And let me show you how I got past it. You know what I mean? And that's the stories I really, really like to hear. Now, not to say that I don't like to hear about people getting through it. Yeah. But I also want to hear, I'm good. I've gotten through it. And now there are some things in life we will never get completely overcome.
Mm-hmm. Or overcome. Never understand why it happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental illnesses. There's a lot of physical illnesses. There's a lot of different things in the world that we'll never completely overcome. But if there is a motivation to always be that positive, it's not that it's like it's the right thing to do. You have to stay positive. It's more of like, if you stay positive, it helps. It really does help.
Dude, it's so much, man.
Yeah, because I've been in places where, like, I wasn't the positive. Positivity was kind of drained from me. And I was just like in this mode of just like angry, and that feeling didn't feel good. So it was like, I don't like being stuck in this mindset and this mental mindset. And a lot of it, was not always other people, but it was like myself. Yeah. I'm in the apartment by myself, which I kind of like, I like being a home. I'm a homebody, and everything.
Yeah, I am too, man. Usually, but yeah, I enjoy watching a lot of TV, man. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I like to kick back when I'm off work, man. Dude, I kick back. I'm watching some TV, man.
Yeah, shout out to my friend Jeff. He comes over every Sunday night or something like that, and we just come over and we watch. We just got done watching Skeleton Crew. I don't know if you've heard of Skeleton Crew. It's a Star Wars episode.
I haven't, but dude, I'm gonna check it out though.
Dude, it is incredible. But we watch different episodes like that. We watch Batman animated series or something like that, and it's always cool to just kick back and just chill out. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a chill out kind of person.
Like, man, I feel so bad, bro, for all the homeless people that have nobody. Because dude, I've been there, man. Not having nobody to call, or just trying to find a place to sleep, or having to break into just somewhere to just try to stay warm. Yeah, there's people going through that right now, man. Even in this town,
outside, yeah.
Oh, and Man,
and shout out to Pastor Kenny. He, Chaplain Kenny, he has now opened a few homes actually, and set some people up into hotels and everything. I was watching some of his lives and everything, and it was about, I don't know how many so far, but there's been a few people that he's actually helped out.
That's awesome.
And set up into a place to where they can have somewhere to, stay warm.
That'd be so cool, man, to be able to do that. Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, cool thing about churches and stuff, like being in church and stuff, because like the Eight Oaks program is a big outlet for that kind of like help. Also with all the classes that we do, that's big outlet. And not just United Church, but like a lot of other places, Salvation Army, Goodwill, all these different places. They're setting up organizations that set up help for people who need it, who are asking for it, and that's the biggest thing, the people who ask for it, and who need it, and who truthfully will reach out and say, hey, I really need help, and have that drive. And it's not just all hand me and give me, but it's more like, hey, give me an outlet so I can take a step, and that's like a lot of times whenever I help somebody who needs help or something, I'll give them a phone number. I'll tell them go somewhere, to United Church. Here's the phone number. Here's this, and and it's kind of sad sometimes, because you'll give them that, and you'll have some people who are like, yeah, totally, and then the next thing you know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm here to I'll see them in the office or something like that. I'm like, oh cool, sweet, they got some help. And then you'll have some other people who are like, hey, here's the number. Oh, okay, cool, yeah, that's great.
Just not there yet.
Or they're still dealing with stuff. Or unfortunately, there are a lot of people who bathe but are not poor. You know what I mean? There are those people who will jump into a Ford F-150 right after begging for 4 hours on the street. And that's also kind of sad a little bit too, because that takes away from the people who actually do need help. But that's a really good outlet. If you ever see somebody on the road and you're like, man, I wish I could help them out.
Man, look, sorry to interrupt.
Nah, you're good.
So this happened, I'd say about a year and a half ago. It wasn't too much longer after, I told you about them people praying in a circle. Yeah. So it was really, really hot this day, man. It was in the 90s, maybe close to the 100s. So I was on my way to work, and I seen this guy walking. He was an older guy, and I thought to myself, man, turn around. So I whipped the car around, and I stopped at the gas station. I got an orange juice, and I withdrawed some money. It wasn't much. It was just like $10. I drove up to the guy, and I was like, hey brother, I told him, I was like, man, I just want to let you know, man, that God's here with you, and he loves you, and if you're going through something, you can depend on him. And I was also wanting, to give you this orange juice and $10. He was like, man, do you think instead of giving me that $10, you can baptize me?
Really?
I didn't know how or what, but I had a bottle of water. Listen, God gave me the power. Me and this guy, God gave me the power to baptize this guy in the middle of the highway, and we were both just crying, man, crying like, bro. It was one of the most amazing things that God allowed me to be able to do for somebody. And man, if he sees this or happens to wreck, man, I hope you're doing well, man. I really wonder about
that story. Sounds a lot familiar to a story in the Bible. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. You remember, I think it was Paul going down the road, and one of the Sadducees, I think it was a Sadducee, Pharisee, who was in his chariot or something, was talking to Paul secretly about like wanting to know Jesus and stuff. And he said, well, let's park over here on the side of the road and we'll get baptized and baptize him. So that sounds a lot familiar to me, a little.
Yeah, that's pretty. Man, it's pretty awesome.
You being like Paul over there.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. That was awesome.
But yeah, man, that is so cool just to see where you've been and what you've overcome. But dude, before we headed out, man, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Man, dude, I'm just incredibly thankful to be able to hop on your show. Oh yeah, man. February 22nd, man, I got a new song. It's called Those That Turn Away. It'll be dropping on all platforms February 22nd. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Heck yeah, dude. I'll keep my eye out for that one too. That's that one you were talking to me about. Yeah,
it's gonna be a good one.
And what was the name of it again?
Those That Turn Away.
Those That Turn Away. Yeah. Those That Turn Away. Listen to it on Spotify. And with that link that I put in the video and everything, here's that link. I'll put it actually right here, wherever it pops up in the banner there. Click that link and it'll send you straight to his Spotify, straight to his music, so you can check out all of his music, all of his releases and everything like that.
Yes sir.
Be great. Well, thank you again, Scotty, for coming in, man, for being a part of the show, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name is Jack. I got my cup of Joe. His name's Scotty.
ScottyRedeemed, but I done finished mine.
He's already got his cup of Joe. I love you guys, and I will see you all later on.
See you guys.
Peace.